All right, back to it. We're going to start now with solving simple inequalities. Simple inequalities are the ones where you'll put only one x value on the number line and you'll go from there. So I see here that I'd like to isolate x. I'm going to subtract 7. Let me subtract 7 with a pen. It usually works better. I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. I see that 4 minus 7 is negative 3. The less than or equal to comes down. The 7 and negative 7 cancel out. And you just got positive x or just x. Now, if you're like me, I don't like the x being on the right. So I want to reverse the order here. Notice that this inequality opens up toward the x. So when I reverse it, I've got to make sure that the inequality still opens toward the x and points toward the negative 3. That helps me know which way to shade left or right. So I'm only going to put one number on the number line, and that's negative 3. I'll close it with a closed circle, and I know x's that are larger than negative 3 will appear to the right of negative 3. Now on this next one, I know you're not crazy about fractions, so let's clear fractions. Since 2 is in the denominator, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. Well, then I notice that 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom cancel out. Well, that leaves me with just negative 1x, which I can call negative x, and that's greater than 5 times 2 right here is 10. Now, remember from Algebra 1 that the one time that solving an inequality is more than solving an equation is when you have to multiply or divide by a negative. So I'm going to get positive x if I multiply or divide by a negative. I flip-flop the inequality, so it goes from greater than to less than on this problem. 10 divided by negative 1 is negative 10. So now I'm graphing my simple inequality. I'm calling it simple because I only need one number on the number line and one shaded region. Less than means open circle, and also means shade goes on the left. Numbers that are less than or smaller than negative 10 have to go to the left of negative 10. On this one, I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So 2x comes down. The positive and negative 5 cancel each other. The less than sign comes down. And 17 plus 5 adds up to 22. I'm then going to divide by 2, just like I would with an equation. Now look, I'm dividing by a positive number, so my inequality stays the same. I only flip-flop if I multiply or divide by a negative number. So I get 22 divided by 2 is 11. I'm going to draw my inequality, so open circle at 11, and I'm going to shade left because I'm looking for x values that are less than. So on this one, I'm going to start out by subtracting 8. The 8's cancel, leaving me negative 3x. Negative 7 plus a negative 8 adds up to negative 15. I'm going to divide by negative 3. I get x. Now remember, I just divided by a negative, so I've got to flip-flop the inequality. So I'm negative 15 divided by negative 3 is positive 5. And then when I graph, one number at 5, let's close circle. Oh, and look, I'm going to wind up shading that one to the left again. So 3 in a row to the left, huh? And so that's all you got to do if you're solving simple inequalities. Now try problems 5 through 11 on A 2.3.